welcome back to my channel. We are back with another hair and makeup tutorial. I hope you guys enjoy this one. I'm so in love with the way that this look came out. The spring is rolling around, and during the springtime I always pull out the pastel colors. They're my favorite go-tos when I'm doing like spring looks. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how I got to this spring inspired pastel pink liner makeup look, and also how I installed this super bomb wig that we've got going on here. So if you want to see how I got this look, then just make sure to go ahead and keep on watching. But before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the little notification bell. That way you get notified anytime that I make a new upload. I am going to be doing my hair first, as I always do. Do you guys see the inches that are going on with my hair? Just kidding, stop. But yeah, my hair has been growing a lot. It's actually like retaining the length too. It's growing and it's maintaining its length, and I'm happy. But anyway, so I'm going to be pulling all of this hair back into like a braid because I am going to be putting a wig on. I want all of my hair to be just like pushed back, so that way everything lays nice and flat when I go ahead and put on the wig. So even though I'm not going to do the bald cap method, I do like to have a lace cap that is a little bit closer to my skin tone. So I'm using this lace tint that's from Ebin in shade dark brown. I've been doing this trick for a really long time, but I never really showed it on camera. I always thought it was kind of weird, but now that I'm seeing other people kind of use this technique, it made me realize that I'm not weird, I'm just a little insecure sometimes. So yeah, good to know. Definitely try this trick. If you have a lace cap that is like the wrong shade, you can use a lace tint that's lighter or darker and like tint your lace cap that way versus using a ton of makeup. The wig that I'm going to be using today is from Ashimary Hair. Shout out to them for sponsoring today's video. They sent over this Glam curly hair wig. I'm just kidding. You guys know how much I love curly hair, and this hair is, ooh baby, it's giving spring summer vibes. Like, let's go on vacation. She is giving all of the feels. You guys already know I am obsessed with curly hair. Like, it's like my go-to. I tend to style it the same, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Usually when I'm doing a curly hair wig, like I do like a deep side part, go in with like products and stuff like that to really define the curls, make sure they look like nice and juicy and, you know, just like happy and defined and whatnot. But I don't know why I'm so lit today. I guess it's because I really enjoy the way that this look came out. The hair that I'm wearing today is from Ashimary Hair. I'm going to be leaving all of the information for this hair down below in the description box. So if you have any questions, make sure to check the description box. The lace on this wig was giving as well. I know that we're kind of like getting into more natural hairstyling, you know, working with our natural hairline, and I'm all for it. Don't get me wrong. I'm all for that. But your girl, we still love a good lace wig around here, so I'm definitely gonna be still like rocking with lace wigs and stuff. But I do love that we're moving towards like more natural hairstyling, the V part wigs, the U part wigs, protective styling, braids and everything. Like, I'm here for all of it, but I do still, you know, love a good lace wig, especially when it comes with some nice lace like this particular wig that I'm wearing today. So I'm just gonna install this wig like I normally do. I haven't really changed anything too much when it comes to installing wigs. I pretty much go through the same, like, you know, products and stuff like that. I'm using the Ebin lace adhesive. I was using the active one, but now today I'm using, I think it's the Supreme one. I'm not sure, but it is the one that comes in the black can. The active one is the one that comes in the red can. I do believe that the one in the black can has like a little bit more of a like stronger hold to it. They're both really good lace adhesives. I'm loving this lace adhesive from Ebin. It's so easy, and for me it's definitely a preference because I like to take off my wigs at night. I don't like to wear my wig for more than like the day. So using a lace adhesive that like washes off at the end of the day with just water alone is definitely like a preference for me. Loving this lace adhesive though from Ebin. It's really amazing. If you're looking for one, you know, for temporary purposes to install your wigs, definitely check this one out. I am going to also be styling my edges because, you know, that's how we do around here. I love doing some edges. And like the fluffy edge trend is definitely something that I've been like living for. So I trimmed up my edges using some scissors. I like to go in with like a tiny little curling wand and just curl those little baby hairs up before I go in with some styling products. I don't use a whole lot of product to style my edges. I like to kind of keep it really light these days, so I use hairspray. What I like to do is I just spray a little bit of the hairspray on the back of my hand. I dab my finger into the hairspray and I just like very gently press the roots of the baby hairs, the edges, whatever you want to call it. That's kind of like how I get the edges to lay in like the direction that I want them to lay. Just a little bit of hairspray on the very roots of the edges. I'll just like kind of comb through them as I'm styling them using an edge brush to make sure everything is going in the right way, going in the right direction, and they stay nice and fluffy as I'm styling. Wig is installed, edges are done. Let's go ahead and get these curls popping, baby. Let me stop, okay. So I'm going to, like I mentioned earlier, when I'm doing curly wigs, I typically like to do like a nice deep side apart. That's like my signature when I'm wearing curly hair. So I went ahead and parted that and used my hot comb. I was gonna say hot iron, which would have made no sense. By hot comb to flatten the part. And because this hair is curly, of course we want to go in with some water to get these curls nice and defined. So I'm going in with my spray bottle and some very warm water and just spritzing that throughout the hair before I go in with my styling product. The product that I'm going to be using to define the curls is from Isoplus. This is their wrapping foam, but it's the olive oil one. So they have like one that does not have olive oil, I guess, and then there's this one. I like to use this one, the olive oil one. I feel like it just makes the curls look super defined, very shiny. Yeah, nothing too crazy for, like I mentioned earlier, like it's like this kind of same when it comes to styling my wigs. Nothing has changed too much. So that's pretty much it. Like this wig is popping. Like if the curls are giving, then the next time I wear a curly wig, I'm definitely gonna like make more of an attempt to style it. This wig is giving, guys. It's definitely like very summer, like very spring, summer vibes. I'm here for it. But yeah, thank you so much to Ashimary Hair for sponsoring today's video. As I mentioned earlier, all of the information for this hair is going to be down below in the description box. So if you guys have any questions, just make sure to check there. So now that the hair is all done, let's go ahead and move into this makeup look. So first things first, before we get into makeup, I know I said we're gonna get into the makeup look, but I gotta do some skincare first, okay? So the first skincare product I'm gonna go in with is from Peach and Lily. I'm gonna mess up the name. It's the Glass Skin Refining Serum. It's a really amazing serum. It has hyaluronic acid in it, which I've been loving for my skin. Like I love products with hyaluronic acid, and it just makes the skin look so dewy and like just, oof, yes, all the feels. And then I'm gonna go in with some moisturizer. This is the gel cream moisturizer from Versed. I remember I used to say Versed, which is very wrong. It's Versed. That's the brand name, Versed, not Versed. I am going to be using their gel cream moisturizer to moisturize the skin. And then for my eye cream, I'm going to be using another product from Peach and Lily. This is their retinoic eye cream. Love this stuff. It works as a really great like prepping step for the eyes before I go into concealer and baking and all the other stuff later on. Skincare is done. Now we can go ahead and move into the makeup. I'm going to be starting off with the eyes first. I did do my brows off camera, so I'm just going to jump straight into eye primer. I'm using Be Perfect's Perfect Prime eyeshadow base to prep the eyes for shadow. I'm going to add a little bit of that onto the lid. Well, is it a little bit though? Like it's a decent amount, you know what I mean? Like it's a good amount of primer. I'm gonna add that to the lid and then just like blend that out using a fluffy synthetic brush. I am also gonna set that with some powder because I want this eyeshadow look to be very soft. It's just all about the blend and everything. So having like a set eyeshadow base, what am I trying to say? Setting with powder before you go in with your eyeshadow is just gonna make your eyeshadow come off a little bit softer than if you were to add them on top of a base that is not set with powder. powder. Most of the shadows that I'm going to be using for today are going to come from this Supreme Bronze palette from Artist Couture. I'm going to be using a couple of like the warmer tones for my transition colors, and then I'll just use like fluffier brushes to blend those into the crease and the outer corner. What this palette is called, but I'm definitely gonna leave it in the description box. But it has all of these beautiful like neutral tone colors. I'm gonna be going in with like this shade, I think it's called Mango if I'm not mistaken, and I'm just gonna add that to the lid. Again, I didn't want to do anything too crazy for the eyes, so all of the colors that I'm using are definitely like more neutral shades, and I'm basically just using them to give the eyes a little bit of definition. For the inner corner, I'm using a like beige type of color from the same One Size Beauty palette to keep the inner corner nice and bright. And then I'll go ahead and add my liner. The liner that I'm going to be using is from Shein Cosmetics. This is from their 9 color palette. It's like their water activated liner palette, and I'm going to be using one of the pink, like the pastel pink shades from here, and just creating like a super cute wings liner. Yeah. How cute is this pink though? It's so adorable. I love like pastels in like the spring and summertime. So I'm then going to add my mascara. I'm using one from Melt Cosmetics. I believe this is their Supernatural Lash Mascara. I'm going to do a couple of coats of that on the top lashes, and then I'm going to add my false lashes. The ones I'm using are from Ebin, but I did get these lashes from the beauty supply store. I've just been super into like natural looking lashes, and I love the fact that the beauty supply store always has much shorter, like, you know, natural looking lashes to choose from. Anyway, so yeah, I'm just going to pop those babies on and then we're going to move into the skin. To prime the skin, I'm going to be using the Secure the Blur primer from One Size Beauty. Love this stuff. It makes the skin look super flawless, like you got a little filter on your skin, but I feel like it also like holds on to makeup really well. I like using this when I know I'm going to be wearing makeup for a long time. Then for foundation, we're getting bougie on them today. We're using Giorgio Armani's Luminous Silk. And I'm using a mixture of two different shades of this foundation, 8.5 and 8.75. I just kind of mixed the two shades on the back of my hand and applied from there using a brush. I like to apply my foundation using a brush and then go in with a sponge and like blend everything out. That way I'm not like missing out on like, you know, coverage, but I still get that super smooth look from the sponge. I'm also using a newer concealer. This one is from Benefits. It's their Boing Concealer, Full Coverage Concealer. I remember they had this concealer in like a pot, if I'm not mistaken, but I think they just kind of like reformulated it into like a liquid concealer now. But yeah, it's definitely like a more of a full coverage concealer, which I really like. Foundations can be, you know, light to medium, but concealer, specifically under eye concealer, like to brighten, definitely like, you know, going full coverage with that. But yeah, this one from Benefit is really nice. Like the coverage is amazing, the finish is really awesome as well. So we're just going to use that to brighten all of the high points, so the under eyes, chin, sides of the mouth. Then I'm going to go in with my cream contour. I'm using Huda Beauty's Tantour bronzer and like contouring cream, and I'm using shade, I think this is shade medium if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty much gonna hit all the areas that I like to bring some warmth into the skin. So obviously like the forehead and the cheekbones, a little on the nose, but that's pretty much it. I only use a tiny bit of this stuff because it's really pigmented, and I just go in with a brush to blend it out. And then from there I'm gonna add my cream blush, because you guys know I love me some blush. I like to use a cream version or a liquid version, then I'll do like a powder blush on top later. The one that I'm using today is from Cosmetics. I've been loving these like little blush sticks. I love the undertones of this pink too. Usually I don't really enjoy like pink blush too much. I usually go for more like peachy type of tones and stuff, but this one has like a really pretty, I think like berry undertone to it, so it looks really pretty on the skin. Then I'm going to set everything with powder. I'm using, of course, Chanel's Natural Finish Loose Setting Powder. You guys know how much I've been loving this powder from Chanel. Such a good setting powder. If you are looking for like a high-end setting powder, you have to try this one. Like, it's such a good one. Oh gosh, like anytime I'm like using it, I like instantly fall in love with it all over again. It's so pretty. And I'm going to set the entire face with this, so not just like the areas that I applied concealer, but also like the cheekbones, like where I applied my blush and my foundation and cream contour. I'm going to be using this powder from Huda Beauty. This is their Easy Bake Loose Setting Powder, and I believe this is the shade Blondie. I'm going to use that to bake the sides of the nose, the under eyes, as well as the bridge of the nose. I'm still obsessed with my little triangle powder puffs from Amazon. So if you're wondering about those little powder puffs that I'm using, they're definitely from Amazon. They're like a triangle shape, and they're just like perfect for baking because I can use the flat, like straight side to get like the sides of the nose all nice and snatched. Loving these little triangle powder puffs. They're a vibe for baking. And now I'm going to go in with my powder blush. This one is from Beauty Bay. It's in the shade Bitten, and again it's like a shade of pink, so it's going to go perfectly with that cream blush that we applied from Cosmetics. Then to bring some extra depth, some warmth into the face, I'm going to be using a powder foundation from Huda Beauty. This is from their Glowish line. It's a couple of shades darker than my complexion, so it works perfectly as like a bronzer slash contour. So let's dust off that under eye bag and start working on the lower lash line. Before I go in with my shadow for the lower lash line, I'm going to add a little bit of liner onto the waterline. I'm using this eyeliner from Melt Cosmetics in the shade Apricot Cream, and I'm just going to pop that into the waterline. You guys know how much I love like a beige off-white waterline. It's like my vibe. Then to match the liner on the lid, I'm going to go in with a little bit of pink eyeshadow from this Escape Pod palette from Kaleidos Makeup. It's a hot pink, and I just thought I'd look super cute with the pastel on the top, so I'm going to smudge a little bit of that onto the lower lash line as well. Then I'm going to dust the bake off the nose and add my highlighter. I'm using a mixture of two highlighters today actually. The first one is from Kaleidos Makeup, and I'm also going to use a little bit of Oh Darling from MAC, and I'm just going to pop that on to the bridge of the nose as well as the tip of the nose. So my brows were already done, but I'm going to do a little bit of touching up using some brow pomade, and I'm going to use that to create some faux brow hairs on the front of the brow. And then to keep those brow hairs in place, I'm going to use a little bit of brow gel from Huda Beauty. So let's get into this lip combo because I love the way that this lip came out. I'm using two lip liners. The first one is from Makeup Forever. It's their Artist Color Pencil in shade Versatile Chestnut. I use this lip liner all the time. It's like one of my favorites. And I'm also going to use Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk lip liner in shade Pillow Talk 3. I love this one. The one from Charlotte Tilbury is a little bit darker, so I'm only going to use a very small amount of that to create a little bit of extra definition. Then for my lipstick, I'm using Kaleidos Makeup. This is their Lip Cloud Lab Lip Clay in shade Skinship. Of course it's a nude. You guys know how much I love like neutral like shades for the lips. Honestly speaking, the gloss is what really set this lip off. I definitely wanted to do like a pink type of like gloss to kind of match the cheeks and the eyes. So I used a mixture of two glosses. One is from Too Faced and the other is from Essence. The Too Faced one is definitely more like pigmented and gives it more of like that extra bit of like pink tint. The one from Essence is definitely more on the clear side. It has a little bit of a tint to it, but it's not as much as the Too Faced one, which is the reason why I mixed the two together. Then finally, we're gonna add some setting spray. The setting spray that I'm using is from e.l.f. Cosmetics. It's the Stay All Day setting spray. So I'm gonna use that to, you know, make sure this makeup lasts. We work so hard on it. We want this makeup to last all day long. So having that like that extra bit of staying power from our setting spray is definitely a plus. And then I'm gonna go in with my freckle makeup from Freck Beauty and add my little faux beauty marks. And that completes this look. I hope you guys enjoyed today's hair and makeup tutorial. If you did, definitely let me know in the comments. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, of course, if you want to see more. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Sending lots of love, and hopefully I will see you in the next one.